pustaka-sthaa tu ya vidya para-hasta-gatam dhanam kaarya-kaale samutpanne na sa vidya na tad-dhanam.
Today we sit with one of the most practical, most quietly ruthless verses in all of Sanskrit wisdom literature. It comes from the Chanakya Niti, chapter 16, and it goes like this. Pustaka-sthaa tu ya vidya para-hasta-gatam dhanam kaarya-kaale samutpanne na sa vidya na tad-dhanam. Knowledge that stays in the book and wealth that has gone into another's hand. When the moment of action suddenly arises, that is no knowledge, and that is no wealth. Let us take the words apart slowly, because the Sanskrit itself carries the teaching. Pustaka-sthaa. Pustaka means book, and stha comes from the root stha, meaning to stand, to remain fixed. So this is knowledge that is standing still inside a book, parked there, frozen there. Vidya is knowledge from the root vid, to know, the same ancient root that gives English the word wit. Then comes para-hasta-gatam dhanam. Para means another person. Hasta means hand. Gatam comes from the root gam, to go, so gone. Wealth that has gone into another's hand. Dhanam is wealth, and beautifully, the word originally meant the prize won in a contest, something you fought for and secured. And then the hinge of the whole verse. Kaarya-kaale samutpanne. Karya comes from the root kri, to do, but in a special grammatical form that means not just work, but that which must be done, an obligation, a demand. Kala is time. Samutpanne means suddenly sprung up, fully arisen. So the phrase means when the moment of necessary action has erupted without warning. And in that moment, Chanakya says, na sa vidya, that is not knowledge, na tad dhanam, that is not wealth. Who is speaking? Chanakya, also known as Kautilya, the 4th century BCE strategist and teacher who brought down the Nanda Empire and placed Chandragupta Maurya on the throne. This verse is not part of a dialogue like the Bhagavad Gita. It belongs to the Subhashita tradition, polished, freestanding aphorisms meant to be memorized. And that context matters. Chanakya taught at Takshashila, one of the great universities of the ancient world, where the gold standard of learning was called kanthastha, knowledge residing in the throat, meaning fully memorized, instantly available. A manuscript could be lost, burned, or simply not with you. So Chanakya sets a brutal quality standard for education. Knowledge is only certified by its availability under pressure. Now, what is the deeper teaching? The verse draws a razor-sharp line between owning something and actually having it. The person with the book owns knowledge in potential. The person who lent money owns wealth on paper. But when the crisis arrives, only what is actualized inside your own mind, inside your own grasp, actually exists. Everything else is a label, a claim, a story you tell yourself. And notice the word samutpanne. The moment of need springs up suddenly. Life administers its examinations without notice. The invasion comes now. The question is asked in open court now. In that moment, you are only what you can access instantly. Why does Chanakya pair knowledge and wealth in a single breath? Because they are the two great reserves of human capability, and they share the same failure mode, externalization. knowledge pushed out into a book, wealth pushed out into someone else's hand. In both cases, you have moved your power outside the perimeter of your own control. This verse is really about sovereignty over your own reserves. And note carefully, Chanakya is not attacking books, he wrote books. The fault lies in that little syllable stha. The knowledge stays standing there, its journey stopped. The book is a vehicle being treated as a destination. This teaching finds remarkable echoes everywhere. Modern cognitive science calls it the testing effect. Information you can recognize on a page but cannot retrieve unaided is functionally unavailable. Rereading creates an illusion of knowing, which is exactly the illusion this verse punctures. The philosopher Gilbert Ryle distinguished knowing that from knowing how. The book holds knowing that, but the moment of action demands knowing how. The Stoic teacher Epictetus said, "Don't tell me you've read the philosophers. Show me you are more resilient." And modern finance rediscovered the second half of the verse the hard way. Wealth in another's hand is what bankers call counterparty risk and illiquidity. Assets that look solid on paper and vanish precisely when everyone needs them. Every one of us knows the softer versions too. The bookmarked articles we never absorbed, the saved courses we never finished, the loan to a relative that quietly became a gift. So let me leave you with 3 questions for your own contemplation. First, what is your pustaka-sthaa vidya? What do you claim to know that you could not actually deploy unaided in the next 10 minutes? Second, what have you placed in others' hands? Money, decisions, data, even your sense of self-worth, that you still count as yours, though it sits outside your control. Third, the last time a crisis arrived unannounced, did you perform from internalized capacity, or did you reach for something external and find it missing? And one practice starting today. Call it the closed book habit. After anything you learn, a chapter, a video, a conversation, close the source and reproduce it. Write the core idea from memory. Explain it aloud as if teaching a child. Apply it to one real problem within 24 hours. Make this your rule. Nothing counts as learned until it has made one complete round trip out of your own head. That is how knowledge moves from the page into the throat, from the throat into the hands. Chanakya's standard is severe, but it is liberating. Count only what answers when called. Everything else is inventory in someone else's warehouse. Om Shanti.
पुस्तकस्था तु या विद्या परहस्तगतं धनं कार्यकाले समुत्पन्नेन सा विद्या न तद्धनम्